and Lord of all yogis. He's the Guru and Lord of all esoterics and jnanis, magicians, alchemists, and shamans. Guru Dattatreya. He has 3 heads, the heads of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Now, there's a reason for that. You see, actually, in some ways, even greater than Guru Dattatreya was his mother, Anusuya Devi. Mahorgard. We sing about it every day, twice a day, Mahorgard. And in Mahorgard, there is the dhuni of Guru Dattatreya, and a temple to Guru Dattatreya. There's 2 hills. On one hill is the temple to Guru Dattatreya. On the other hill is not the temple to Anasuya but Renuka, who is probably the second most tantric, if not the most tantric goddess in the entire pantheon. This is on the other hill. And down below, at the bottom of the hill, is the temple to Anasuya. But what happened is that Anasuya obtained the reputation of being the very manifestation of Stri Shakti. Stri Shakti. Stri Shakti. Stri means the feminine, right? So Stri Shakti, the word, what's the word they use today? The feminine divine? The feminine, you know this...
the divine feminine.
Yeah, I think, what's his name in the Da Vinci Code was using it or something, and it became very, very popular. Anyway, she became known as the very personification of female Shakti. And this became a little bit hard to handle for the 3 big goddesses, Saraswati, Lakshmi, and Mahakali, or Parvati. So, these 3 goddesses got together and said, you know, really, we should be the personification of female Shakti. And, you know, the fact that somebody down there is, you know, we can't just let this pass unnoticed. So they asked their husbands, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, to go down and check her out, see if she's the real thing. So, the 3 gods, they went down to Anasuya's ashram. Actually, it was not Anasuya's ashram, it was her husband's, the Rishi Atri, one of the Saptarishis, one of the progenitors of humankind, both the gene of the blood and the intellectual gene, as he was also a composer of Vedic mantras. So, on a day that the Rishi Atri was away on his cosmic business, the 3 gods decided to visit Anasuya to test her. And they came in the form of 3 sadhus, Brahmin sadhus. And they approached the hut that she lived in, and they said, Madam, we've been practicing tapasya now for 30 years, and we're hungry. We've been fasting for 30 years, and we're hungry, right? Please feed us. And she said, well, of course, you're Brahmins, and your sadhus. It is my ultimate duty to feed you, being a Brahmin myself and the wife of the Rishi Atri and so forth. Of course, I'd be overjoyed to be able to feed you. They said there's one condition though, that whenever our custom is that whenever we are fed by a Brahmin woman, she must remove all of her clothes and feed us naked. So Anasuya was taken aback by this. I mean, my God. I mean, on one hand, if I don't feed them, right, I've violated the most basic of all codes of conduct and honor, that when somebody, especially a Brahmin and especially a renunciate, comes to your door begging for food, you must give. And then on the other hand, to lose one's modesty, right? She was a proper married woman, and to lose one's modesty is equally as bad. So, what should she do? Because she was the personification of female Shakti, she used her siddhis to turn the three lords of the universe into babies. And she took off her clothes and she put the three babies on her breasts and fed them. And they became so blissed out with being fed the breast milk of Anusuya Devi as infants that they completely forgot who they really were. And they just became three babies that Anasuya continued to nurse every day.
Wow.
Until she just accepted them as her three babies. But back in heaven, the three goddesses of the world, the great goddesses of the world, they started to become impatient about their husband's return. What's going on here? They've been gone forever, for more than a cosmic moment. And, what is keeping them? This is absurd. They should have been back by now. They should have given their report to us. So, the three cosmic ladies decided to make a descent themselves to see what was going on. And when they reached the Rishi Atri's ashram and they saw Anasuya breastfeeding the three lords of the universe, they were just utterly mind blown. And they accepted that, yes, indeed, this Anasuya is the personification of female Shakti. And the three great goddesses went to Anasuya Ma and they begged her for the release of their husbands so that their husbands could come back to them and go back to rule the universe. And she accepted, of course, that she would return the husbands to their sort of normal state, but she asked for a boon in return. And the boon was that she became so attached to these three cosmic beings that she requested that they be born through her as her son, or as her sons, according to the story. And the three goddesses agreed. The gods were restored to their normal, natural state. They were so mind-blown at her powers that they reinforced the fact that they would indeed be born into her, from her, as her sons. And this is what took place. The birth of Guru Dattatreya. His three heads, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. An accompanying story is that actually she had 3 sons. The first son was Soma, and that was Brahma. The second son was Dattatreya, and that was Vishnu. And the third son was Shiva. So this is Guru Dattatreya. This is his lineage. This is where he's coming from. And he was out of the world from the beginning. Naked, aloof, alone, in the jungle, and everyone was completely enchanted by him, especially the young Brahmin boys would come and pray to him for his blessings, and he, from the beginning, was the Guru. So this is his day. And so when we do Arati, we have special thoughts towards Guru Dattatreya, and we look at him and we ask him for our blessing, for his blessings.
Can your lineage be traced all the way back then? If you trace your lineage back, does it go all the way back to Guru Dattatreya?
Yes, the lineage, actually, our lineage begins with Guru Dattatreya. Well, actually, no, that's not correct. Our lineage, actually, if I read it to you, if you remind me later, I will read you the lineage from our Pushpanjali. It goes back to Mahashunya, Great Zero.
Okay.
Right, the literal translation of Mahashunya, Great Supreme Zero.
Supreme Zero.
Yeah, that's the origin of the lineage, and actually Guru Dattatreya is quite a way down the line from that. Mm-hmm. You know, we got Brahma, Vishnu in there, and so forth. But that's it. But when we become a disciple, we are not strictly the disciple of a living man or woman. When Sri Naga Baba Haripuriji Maharaj gave me my initiation, he made it very clear to me. He says, "I'm not your guru." I said, "What? You're not my guru? Who is?" He said, "Guru Dattatreya is your guru. We are only Shakshi gurus," which means witness gurus. So, in order to have a proper initiation, therefore, connection and relationship with Guru Dattatreya, what is required is 5 witness gurus. There are 5 gurus who witness, yes, he has been made a disciple of Guru Dattatreya. That's the basic nature of the initiation. So these became my Shakshi gurus, and all of our gurus are witness gurus.